What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. Welcome to the channel where you subscribe to get daily updates every single day on Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and we do take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average towards the end of the video, so definitely stick around to check that out. We'll see what's going on there. Also, I want to remind you guys, we have a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out, and let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. Disclaimer scrolling on the bottom. Make sure you read it. Also, I want to thank everybody for subscribing and sharing the videos. You guys have helped the channel grow tremendously. We're almost at 16,000 subs, so we're going to do a giveaway on Sunday. I'll be picking a random comment from a random video throughout the week. It is a Ledger Nano X with Bybit encrypted on it. Bybit was nice enough to donate it for the giveaway. So if you want to get entered to win, all you have to do is make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit the like button, and leave your comment down below. All right, so let's see. Looking at the headlines, get a feel for the sentiment. Market wrap. DeFi is helping Ether outpace Bitcoin this year. Guys, just remember what happened with Ether's ICOs. That's all I'm going to say about that. U.S. markets rebound to recover all you-know-what losses. As many as 36% of large investors own crypto assets. Bitcoin price volatility hits 3-month low. German stock exchange will list Bitcoin. Serious Coinbase surveillance warning sparks massive people getting mad about it, obviously. Bitcoin still faces on-chain scaling trouble ahead. Blockchain bites. Bitcoin billionaires are buying a Coke with Bitcoin. Market wrap. 10,000 remains Bitcoin's price to beat. Bitcoin will rise unless something goes really wrong. And just take a look around you. All right, let's get into the Fear and Greed Index. We're at 54. Raised 2 points from yesterday, still in the neutral zone. Want to take a look at the daily. As you can see, we've made nothing but lower highs and lower lows. And by looking at the RSI, we got further to go. That is why I'm bearish, although there's bullish case scenario. We're going to take a look at the monthly first. If you take a look at from January to last month, we had a higher highs in the price action, lower highs in the RSI. That is bearish divergence. Even if we closed this month where we're at now, or even up a little bit, that's going to be even more bearish divergence. So that's not a good sign here. If we close above this 93.40 this month, and we still have over half the month left, we could be in pretty good shape. The bullish case scenario playing out. But if not, like I said, I am still bearish here. Although we'll take a look at the bearish and the bullish case scenario. So another bearish divergence we have here. If we look at last week's close on the weekly, we had lower highs in the RSI, higher highs in the price action. That is bearish divergence, guys. But in the bullish case, if we look at this falling, broadening wedge here, our measured move of that is 16,000. As of right now, our trend line to close above on the weekly is around the $10,200 range. A close above that could get very bullish. The EMAs are still looking pretty bullish here, guys, but if we were to come down and retest the AEMA, we're around the 9,050 range. And to come down and retest this trend line again would be around the $8,800 range. But yeah, as far as this goes, guys, I'm still bearish. But the ultra bullish case scenario would be looking at this as a pennant and doing a measured move if we were to break out over here. 28,000 would be the ultra bullish scenario. As you guys know, I am not too bullish here. Let's look at the daily. look at how Bitcoin's rising here. Look at how it rised here. Look what happened afterwards. And if you look at the daily, we had higher highs in the price action here, lower highs in the RSI. That is bearish divergence in a big way. I do believe we're going to break down from here. If I'm wrong, obviously, if we can't break down out of this rising channel, then it's the bullish case scenario. But as of now, if we do break down, the longer term target is around 6,800. That's where I'm at with it. If we look at the 55 EMA on the daily, it's around $8,950 to $9,000 range would be first point of major support. If that was to break, 8,400 is the next, and we do have lower targets also. We will take a look at that, but if we just take a look at the RSI here, guys, we have a long ways down to go, in my opinion. Now, in the bullish case scenario, if this was to play out and make an inverse head and shoulders here, that could be the bullish case scenario. So we will be keeping an eye on this. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you guys are interested in trading with margin or leverage, definitely check out my Prime XBT tutorial. It's by far my favorite exchange. You can trade Forex, commodities like gold, oil, Dow Jones, everything with your Bitcoin as collateral. So definitely check it out. If you use Savy50 as your promo code, you get 50% on top of whatever you deposit into your trading account, up to 1 Bitcoin. If you use Savy25, you get 25% off of your trading fees for 1 month. So let's look at the daily here. This is obviously a little bit different. I have different targets on here. I do have the Fibonacci retracement from the swing low to the swing high. In the white over here, you can see the retracement areas for the 0.236, which is 8,900. 0.382 is 7,950. 0.5 is 7,132. Golden pocket zone is between 6,150 and 6,350. And my target that I've been watching for quite some time and I'm still looking at is 5,400. The 0.786 is at 5,251, and we do have a possibility of coming all the way down to the 3432. Because if you guys haven't seen it, there is a 4-hour gap. For those that believe in gaps, there is a gap from February 2019 at 3570. Does it have to fill? No. Is it possible? Definitely. So always keep that in the back of your mind. There are other gaps too, 7,600, 11,600. But the measured move, like I said, is around the 68, 6,900. The 0.5 fib is at 7132, so I'd be looking for at least a good bounce here. 7,700 has been a major point of support and resistance all along the way, so it's another number to keep an eye on. But again, guys, I think we're going to break pretty soon. As you know, everybody's getting really bored with the price action, not a lot going on. And what usually happens after that with Bitcoin, we usually have a huge move. Let's look at the RSI. RSI, we were watching this rising broadening wedge that we broke out of, had a little bull trap coming back up into it and fell back out. As you can see, the RSI is rounding off here in the daily. That's pretty bearish. Let's look at the bullish case scenario. So the number to watch here, guys, is 10,560. If that was to break, I get bullish up to at least 11,150, which is this trend line here off of the rising broadening wedge that we broke out of back in March. And if we were able to break that, which most likely if we do get up this high, we're going to come back down and retest that 10.5 range before continuing up. But if we came up to retest the top of this rising channel here, we would be looking at about the $12,300 range in that area, depending on how long it took. That would be if it happened within the next day or two to get up that high. So I think that's unlikely, but it is a possibility. Again, I am still looking at the bearish case scenario. As you can see, we're on top of all the EMAs here. 8 is giving us support as of right now at 9,700. The 13 EMA right now lies on the trend line or the rising channel at about 96.60. The 21 EMA is at 95.30. And then we talked about it earlier, 89.50 for the 55 and 8,400 for the 200. This is crucial, guys. If we break down here again and close at 4 hour below this trend line, I think that these lower lows are coming. And as you can see, we are really beating on the EMAs here. I think they're getting weak. Just like we did over here. We beat on them for quite some time, and then we see what happened after that. Same over here. We beat on the EMAs for a while. You see what happened after that. So we're not getting a nice pull away. If we do, that will change everything, but I just don't see it. Looking at the 4 hour. So we had this as a symmetrical triangle. I moved it, guys. As you guys know, I like wicks. Looks like a rising wedge here. So is it possible we come up and retest this 10.5? Definitely a possibility. Like I said, I think it's less likely. Expect if we break down from this rising channel here, the 200 EMA and this bottom trend line off of these 4 touches on the wicks down here. Actually, it could be 5. The target on that is going to be around the 9300, 9250 to 9300 range. And guys, if that breaks, then we will be looking at the measured move of right around that 7150 to 7200, which also matches up with the 0.5 retracement on the Fibonacci retracement. The breakdown from the rising wedge we talked about, and that's 68 6900. So, but yeah, it's like I said, it's still looking bearish to me. If we were to break up from here, then we actually get a higher target than that. It's around 12,600, but I do have the top of this rising channel at about 12,300, 12,400, depending on how quickly we would get up there. That would have to be a pretty quick bull run to get that high. And I know there are a lot of channels out there, guys, that are extremely bullish. Just be careful. Not saying anybody's wrong. Obviously, nobody knows for 100% what's going to happen here. But I'm just not seeing all the bullish stuff they are. I mean, I see it in the technicals, the possibilities. But the way I'm reading the charts, guys, it is not as bullish as they're making it out to be. Looking at the RSI here, looks like could be forming a falling broadening wedge, which in the end could end up bullish, but that would be calling for another touchdown to the low down here. And that may only be the 9300. Keep an eye on the RSI while all this is happening. So let's look at the hourly. So in the hourly, we're digging in a little closer here. We have some targets here also. If you look at this as this almost, if we stay in this for the next couple weeks, which is possible, we could see a very boring Bitcoin, but we could have an ascending triangle here, and the measured move of the breakup of that would be around 10,465. And it depends on what time frame you're in, guys. You need to learn to watch all time frames. If you're more interested in, what's going to happen within the next few hours to what days to weeks, it's all different. I mean, it all ends up the same, but so much can happen in every candle. If you're looking at a weekly candle, there's so many hourly candles in there. Just learn that and don't get so scared about this. People get stuck in the small time frames and see a little pump that is, like this one here. What was this? About $1,000 pump, and it obviously people FOMO'd in there. But guys, look what happened. Just saying, everybody thinks it's just going to shoot up to, crazy numbers. Just not saying it's not possible. We've seen it happen, but I don't think we're going to see that till next year. Let's look at the bottom of this. And like I said, guys, I like to use the wicks here. So if we look at the bottom here, if we were to come back down to test the bottom of this, which I do think is most likely, it's around the 94 on the hourly. If that breaks, then we could be looking at a measured move around the 8,900. If we were to break up, like I said. Also, I cloned this line on the bottom. This could be a rising channel. And if that's the case, the area to watch up in here. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. The area to watch up in here would be around the 10,100 and 10,050 to 10,100. And we talked about that, and I will show you real quick. Do think it's possible we come up and retest this area here. We talked about it a little yesterday. I do think it would be a bull trap coming up to anywhere from the 10,050 to 10,150. That's definitely a possibility. And that's out the window if we do break this high at the $10,450 range. Let's look at the RSI. Again, guys, this is the hourly. Looking at this as an inverse head and shoulder, or no, I'm sorry, a head and shoulders in the RSI. We could come up, retest the neckline here, which in the price action could be as high as the 88.30 range. And that, if you zoom in here on the hourly, looks like a falling wedge here, which if we were to break up in the next couple hours would get us somewhere around right here to this top at around 98.50 range. So keep that in mind by looking at the RSI. That's definitely a possibility, and then continue down from there in the hourly. Don't forget my wife's webpage if you guys want to help support the channel. Great way to do it. She has a lot of cool crypto stuff in there, and it is quality stuff, guys. It's not iron-on. It's not vinyl. None of that stuff. It is actual quality stuff. So check it out if you're interested in any of this stuff. I'd appreciate it. It really helps support the channel, like I said, and makes the wife happy. So thanks a lot. You can put anything you want on any of this stuff, too. It doesn't have to be what you see there. You can put any crypto, any saying, any whatever. Looking at Litecoin on the 4-hour. Is Litecoin giving us a clue what's going on? I do believe so. Litecoin has broken through all its EMAs in the 4-hour. If we look at it in the daily, let's take a look real quick. Daily is a little bit different story. We are breaking through them all, though. It is looking pretty damn bearish. Let's go back to the 4-hour. And we are getting squeezed in between the 200 and the 8 EMA here. And yeah, it looks pretty freaking bearish, guys. To at least come back down and test the bottom of this channel, which is around the $44 range, between $44 and $44.50. And if that's to break, we do have our measured moves here. Pull them out. The bearish case, if we do break that $44 range, we're most likely headed down to around the $36 range. We do have the 0.5 fib at between 37.50 and 38. And if we were to get a bull move here, first off, the top of this rising channel is around $51.50 to $52. If that was to break, we do have a target of $59. Keep it in mind, it is a possibility, guys, but again, I think we are coming down and have further down to go. The golden pocket zone is around the between the $34 and $35 range is our golden pocket. The 0.5 fib is at, like I said, 35.50 to 38. 0.786 is 30.52. If we do get that lower low in Bitcoin, we could be looking at $22 Litecoin. Reason being, anyone that went long here would have their stops just below. This would be a stop hunt, most likely a quick wick and go back up just like Bitcoin. Let's go back to the RSI, see if that's giving us any clues in the 4-hour. Does look like we are pounding on this resistance here, most likely going to break through, test the bottom of this falling channel in the 4-hour, which could just be the bottom of this channel. Maybe get a bounce up, let the RSIs reset before coming through. So keep an eye on that. The area to watch here is going to be around the 44, around the 44.10 to 44.20 range. Ethereum, same thing. Bullish case scenario would be coming up and breaking this 250 range and could possibly come up to retest top of this rising broadening wedge, which is around the $300 range. That's the bullish case. On the bearish case, guys, first off, we have the 55 EMA on the 4-hour at about 239.50, right in that range. If that breaks, we have the 200 EMA down here at the 220 range. That's most likely what's going to happen, in my opinion. We're going to come back down at least, retest the bottom of this rising broadening wedge. Rising broadening wedges are usually bearish. We do have a measured move down if that 220 area breaks, and that is around the 137 range, which is the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement of this whole move here. If we look at the RSI, same thing. We look like we are going to be coming down. If we look at 4-hour RSI here, it does look like a head and shoulders forming. And the neckline being right here. A break of that would be the continued downside, which I do believe we're getting at least down to that 220. We'll see what happens in that range if that breaks. Definitely could be looking for these lower lows. We do have a Fibonacci retracement in between 148 and 152. So keep that in mind. But again, guys, I'm still bearish here. As bullish as everybody is, it even makes me more bearish. So let's take a look. Let's refresh this. Dow is down 45 points as of right now. I had said yesterday, I think we've topped, and I'll show you why. I know it goes against the grain with what everybody else is saying. Everybody thinks the markets are just going to keep pumping. They're going to keep printing money. I think there's going to be one of the biggest money grabs you've ever seen in history coming soon. They're getting everybody bullish. Even the biggest market bears are turning bullish. That is a sign of a huge money grab dump coming. But if we look here, higher highs, way higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action, hidden bearish divergence, guys. It's time to come down, in my opinion. Again, I could be wrong. The others could be right. They're just going to keep printing and pumping the market, EMAs do look extremely bullish here, guys. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe. We are almost to 16,000 subscribers, and I thank you guys for that. Don't forget to also, yesterday's video did not get pushed out there by YouTube. They did not notify people. So make sure when you subscribe, you hit that notification bell and you hit the all button. And if you haven't checked it in a while, check and just make sure, hit subscribe and make sure all is checked with the notification bell. But yeah, that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. That will get you entered in the chance to win the Ledger Nano X. Have a great day, guys. I'm out.